What's up, fishy friends? Welcome to Tim's School of Fishing. Class is in session. Today, I want to talk to you about a knife from Rough Ryder called the SOUS Chef, and I want to talk a little bit about the history of the Japanese knife that was the inspiration for this particular knife. But before we do that, don't forget to go enter round 5 of the 3K giveaway. I am going to announce a winner for that on Easter weekend, this coming weekend. I will link that video, the entry video, in the description. Round 6 is coming up soon, but today we're going to talk about this Rough Ryder SOUS Chef. So without further ado, let's get this camera turned around and take a closer look. All right, so our box here says Rough Ryder SOUS Chef Locking Pocket Chef Prep Knife. On the end here, we've got our model number, which is RR2196. Let's open this bad boy up and take a look. All right, so our overall length here is 10 3/4 inches. We've got a 4.5 inch sheep's foot style blade with a 5 1/4 inch handle. We've got a stainless steel bolster on here with 2 threads on there and the back-to-back R's. We've got G10 covers on this one with stainless steel pins, and we've got a stainless steel cap with a lanyard hole. Transition here from the bolster to the cover is nice and smooth, and we've got no proud pins. And on our other side, we have a nice smooth transition with no proud pins. We've got a stainless steel back spring here with stainless steel liners. This one is a lockback, and we have a thumb hole for slow roll deployment. Can spidey flick this one if you want, but it's not really made for that, and it's not particularly easy to do. Our blade steel on this one is 440A, and we have a brushed satin finish on there. Satin finish is very good. One of the first things you'll notice on this knife are these little indentations. Those are known as scallops. Technically, they are called grantons, and those are to prevent food from sticking to the blade, specifically fish that tends to stick and be very delicate. In the hand, this thing is very comfortable. There are no hot spots, no warm spots. Everything is chamfered down nicely. This particular knife is based off of a somewhat traditional Japanese kitchen knife called a santoku. Now, the santoku was originally created after World War II, and it was created as an alternative to a cleaver, which was common in Japanese kitchens. A santoku is a fixed blade kitchen knife that looks similar to this. A lot of them have a deeper blade, a taller blade, and it was basically created as an all-purpose kitchen knife after World War II. When they were first made, they became hugely popular in Japan almost immediately, and you can find santokus in every Japanese kitchen still to this day. They didn't really get popular in the rest of the world in the United States until about the 1980s. Now, the word santoku means 3 virtues, and it kind of has a dual meaning. What it means, the 3 virtues is that it excels at slicing, dicing, and chopping. It also means that it's good for fish, meat, and vegetables. Now, typically a santoku has a balance point right in the middle. You can see on this one, the balance point is farther back on the handle, and that's because this does have a locking mechanism. It's got heavy steel liners, which you're not going to have on a santoku fixed blade. And the reason the balance point is right in the middle at the ricasso is because a santoku is meant to be pinch gripped like this and used with a chopping motion, because Japanese dicing and cutting in the kitchen is traditionally done as a chopping motion. Western style chef knife, the balance point is farther back and they are butt end heavy, because the Western style of chopping and cutting is a rocking motion, and that's why you find Western chef knives have a curved blade. This is not the case with Japanese cuisine. They typically chop as opposed to rock. So this was created as an alternative to a cleaver, and having that sheep's foot pointed tip not only allowed you to chop and dice, but it also gives you the ability to slice as well. But the balance point is typically toward the middle for a pinch grip for chopping. This makes a great kitchen prep knife. It also makes a great camp knife for food prep. It excels at food prep. The only problem with this particular knife is the blade is not very tall. So typically a Santoku blade is a little bit taller. You can still pinch grip it if you don't wrap your fingers around it, but it's not especially comfortable that way. You're supposed to wrap your fingers around it, pinch it at the ricasso, and still have enough blade there to be able to chop. And you can see when I do that, my fingers hit the table, the chopping surface, and the blade does not. But this still makes a great kitchen knife. And you guys know me, I am not opposed to a big everyday carry. This makes a great EDC knife in my opinion too. I have wide hands, and that 5 1/4 inch handle is plenty of handle for me, so I like that. And of course with a lockback, it's one of the best locking mechanisms still to this day, so you can really dig in with this bad boy, and you do not have to worry about that lock failing on you, because that is still one of the best locks to this day. So there you go, boys and girls. That is the Rough Ryder Sous Chef, which was inspired by a Japanese Santoku knife. I really like this one. I just wanted to share it with you guys today. As always, I appreciate you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know what you think of this one. Would you carry this one as a regular EDC knife, or is that just too big for you? Let me know if you're familiar with Santoku knives and if you have any of those in your kitchen. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Just click my logo right over there. That's it for this episode of Tim's School of Fish, boys and girls. Class dismissed.